enough. So let me start with my introduction and then we can move ahead. So my name is Surendra, having a closely 9 years of experience into this testing, more and more into automation testing using Selenium and other components. And currently we are working on a project wherein which we are using Selenium plus Cucumber BDD framework in our projects. So this is what about a high level introduction, and moving on to my training. So I have closely 5 years of experience in this training domain, working as an online trainer for different institutions. This is all about my overall experience. Today, what we are going to study means what is Selenium, why Selenium, advantages, okay, advantages, and then limitations, topics we are going to study as part of our training program. This is the thing. See, first one, what exactly Selenium is? Selenium is a test automation tool which is used to automate any kind of web-based applications. The applications, whatever we are testing on a browser, we can call it as a web-based application. This is a tool which is used to automate any kind of a web-based applications itself. And why Selenium is required means it is an open source tool which has multiple advantages like a commercial tool. So what are all the various features supported by a commercial tool? The similar number of features are supporting by Selenium. That's the reason people are preferring Selenium as a tool at most in real time. So what are all the various advantages? The first advantage is it supports record and a playback feature. Whatever the actions we are performing on a browser, for all those actions, my Selenium will record the scripts and even it will play back the actions. Okay, it will play back the script on the same user actions itself. Record and a playback. The best example for this one is a mobile phone. In our mobile phone, you have an audio and as well as a video recorder. Right. So this how it is capturing a audio and a video in our mobile. The similar way here, Selenium is capturing the user interactions on a browser, and it supports multiple programming languages. Java, Ruby, Python, .NET, like that. If we are good at any one of these programming languages, we can write down our Selenium code. It's not a mandatory that we need to learn only one language. I know Java, I can write down my Selenium code. If I know Ruby, I can write down my Selenium code. If I know Python, I can write down my Selenium code. Irrespective of the programming language, whatever we are using, we can write down the Selenium code. And the next one is it supports multiple browsers. Whatever the test scripts we are preparing, we can execute it across some multiple browsers. IE, Firefox, Safari, Chrome, Opera, all these browsers. Whatever the test scripts we are preparing, we can execute it across multiple browsers. And moreover, if we are good at the Selenium Webdriver, 75% of the code we can reuse it, and we can handle mobile browser automation for Android and iPhones also. See, the simple thing is, assume that we prepared a code for Selenium on a browser. The same code I can reuse it at I can use the same code on a mobile device with a 20% of a modification, and I can execute the same code on a mobile Chrome browser. A simple example in a bottom line is I prepared a code which will execute on my Windows machine, a Chrome browser. By modifying 20% of the code, I can reuse the same code. It will execute it on iPhone Chrome browser or Android phone Chrome browser. That's the another advantage with respect to Selenium. And we can perform cross browser, cross operating, and as well as a load testing using this tool. As it is an open source tool and supports these many advantages, majority of the people are preferring this tool to automate their applications. Okay, good enough. Is this point clear for you all so far? The advantages, Amrita and Lavanya, or do you have any questions for me on this till now?
We are fine, Surendra. Thank you.
Good. So, the next point is the limitations. See, earlier I communicated open source as an advantage. Now I'm considering open source as a limitation. The reason is lack of support. Selenium people own supporters. That's a limitation. But how we are overcoming the limitation means Google Groups and forums. We have hundreds of Google Groups and forums in which we can get a solution. We can easily overcome it. And another limitation is window-based pop-ups. See, assume that you are trying to upload a profile picture to your Facebook. Clicking on upload profile, it will choose a pop-up or a window-based pop-up will display for us. By default, using Selenium, we can't handle it. But by integrating some third-party tools like Auto IT, Securely, we can handle it. Okay, by integrating some third-party tools like Auto IT and Securely, we can handle it. The window-based pop-up limitation, we can overcome it. Good enough. And what are all the topics we are going to start in our training program? We will start with the core Java, and 5 to 8 hours of a core Java is more than enough for us to work on Selenium. We are going to study, and then we will jump on to Webdriver, where we will be spending about a 15 to 20 hours, including all the real-time concepts for about a 50 scenarios. Every day we are going to explain one example, how to write down a program for that example, including a framework, JUnit, TestNG, Maven, and whatnot. Everything we are going to cover within this 20 hours. And then we will jump on to Selenium Grid for 1 hour. And after that, earlier, when I'm conveying advantages, I told you that 75% of the code we can reuse for a mobile device, right? How can we automate a mobile devices using an APM tool? Even we are going to study for 2 hours. And we have a protractor, which is an Angular JS framework. We are going to study for 1 to 2 hours. And Cucumber is a BDD framework. Additionally, we are going to study for 2 hours. All these are last three, APM, Protractor, and a Cucumber. These are all the things which I am implementing in my project. So I'm just sharing the knowledge on these three tools, which will be added advantage for your profile. So the bottom line is, upon attending all the classes regularly and practicing all the concepts, you will be in a position to crack your interview and to work on any kind of a project. The only thing is, you need to attend the classes regularly and you need to practice the concepts regularly. That's the only thing which you people need to do from your end.